used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Dole. How you doing? This is Home Wizards, your radio home for all things home, garden, and life improvement. So glad you're with me this Saturday because this is the place where we're going to have some fun. We talk about really all the ways that you can enjoy the spaces you call home more. And it really doesn't have to be a chore, although it can be. It can be as simple as just getting a new candle or buying a new plant or just coming on with this great idea for a big a magnificent project to change over your place once and for all. From the small to the big, to hiring it done, to going green, to maybe getting that garage clutter-free. Well, kind of clutter-free. It's all up for discussion always here, and you want to keep the number handy. It's 888-KFWB-980, 888-539-2980. Coming up on the show today, do you have this great idea for maybe there's a space in your home? Maybe it's your condo, your apartment, whatever it is that you just can't quite grasp it. You know that you want it to be different. You see the shows on TV, you listen to this show, you see magazines, and you go, I just want to change it. Maybe you're starting by moving furniture around or having your significant other help you with moving furniture around, but you still aren't quite sure how the final product will be. Well, boy, can I tell you, you're going to love our first guest coming up shortly. There's this new software that's out there that helps you put it all together, and it's really easy to use, and it's free, and it's as simple as dragging and dropping images into this kind of a 3D room or series of rooms. And how cool is that? So we're going to learn about how you can use this and how it came to be and how you can all of a sudden start making those dreams come true and not just have it, I guess like on a napkin somewhere, right? And then with many home dreams come contracts. You know, we get a little excited about the passion of the dream, and then it comes the yucky part. We've got to get it in writing, right? Well, that is up my husband's alley. And a little bit later, we're going to be checking in with him, Ben There Bill, to tell us the words we need to understand in construction contracts, the words we need to make sure that are in that contract, how to make it more you so that, it suits your project needs and your budget and your schedule, and then how it all comes together on time and on budget. And then, of course, later we've got to head to the garden because there's still so much to be done in September. We're going to talk with a gal who basically gets to play all day at the LA County Arboretum. It's one of my favorite botanical gardens in Arcadia, my old childhood hometown, and it's a great place if you haven't been there yet. They have classes, and they have all kinds of great California native plants, and so we're going to learn from her about some of the choices you could be making to not only save water, but really have just a beautiful landscape and garden. 888-KFWB-980, 888-539-2980. I know you're going to want to call in for that. Now, remember today, as you listen, you can always, if you're driving around, maybe you still have some errands to run, you're going to be doing something tonight, you're doing this and that, maybe you're already working around the house, but you weren't able to write it down. Not to worry, you just go back to the website later. It's all handy-dandy there in the archives. All of the past shows, like today's show, will be there by tomorrow night. Just go to cindydole.com, and you can search for the topic, or you can easily just go to on-air section and hear everything as recently as last Saturday. All kinds of great ideas, from the garden to going green to design, you name it. Now, before we get started, I had to share a story with you because, they're already showing a lot of the Halloween decor things out there. And I was at one of my favorite places to shop, Big Lots, because I always love to get a deal. And I fell for this thing called the Flying Ghost. $15. It promises to basically make noises, scary noises. It's sound activated, and it's this white cloth thing about 3 feet long is all, but it has a happy face. It's kind of more like Casper, the friendly ghost, but it's supposed to be scary, and you put it on this cord that you would secure from one tree to the other, and it's supposed to go back and forth about 25 feet and fly through the air, battery operated. Sounds kind of cool, doesn't it? So we will see. That is the project for tomorrow. We're going to find out if it really works and if it was worth the $15. But in the weeks to come, we're going to talk more about Halloween decor because it's a huge thing. People are spending so much money, $4.7 billion on Halloween decor last year. I mean, there may be an economy problem, but we still like to spend on this holiday called Halloween. It's just kind of like that fun chance to be a kid again. So in the weeks to come, we'll go through that. And then you have to mark your calendar for the 30th, the day before Halloween. It's our Haunted Home Show special. So that's all to look forward to. But right now, let's talk about helping you realize that dream with some really great ways to see it once and for all. Well, so who doesn't want to have a glamorous life and a glamorous home, right? And here's your chance before you even have to, even lift an elbow and move that couch. I know you've had to do that. We've all had to do that. Or maybe you just, you made some little stick figures and you were coming up with an idea while you're out at a restaurant. It's so much better than that now because they've come up with this incredible software that helps you all do it high-tech style. It's called HomeStyler, and with me is the guy who can tell us all about it, Patrick Aragon. So thanks for being here, Patrick.
Hi, thanks, Cindy. Thanks for having me.
So first explain how this whole thing came to be for the consumer, because when you think of software like this, where you are getting that 3D high-tech approach to seeing a home, seeing a room, you think of architects and designers, right?
Yeah, no, good point, Cindy. And Autodesk has very much been thinking a lot about Autodesk's architects, designers, construction professionals, and even digital artists, and providing them with design solutions that they use to work with their clients and customers. And for the past 27 years, products like AutoCAD and Maya and 3D Studio Max and a number of other applications have been used by a number of professionals in a variety of industries that really have been involved in creating much of the built environment that's around us, whether it's cars, buildings, bridges, homes, you name it. A lot of the professionals in our tools have been involved in that. And recently, Autodesk has started to look at ways that we can really make that design process accessible to just about anyone. And that includes design-savvy consumers and homeowners. And most recently, with products like Autodesk HomeStyler, as well as other products like Sketchbook Mobile, which is available on the iPhone and the iPad. These are the types of applications that Autodesk is starting to develop and create, because what we've learned is that many people that aren't necessarily design professionals, they want to be involved in the process, as you talked about earlier. They want to be involved in the decision-making process. What products am I using? Are they sustainable? And they want to be involved in much more than that.
I mean, we may not be artistic, right? But at least we can get involved and then ask the smart questions when we do hire somebody, right? All that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And a lot of our earlier research pointed to both the consumers as well as the design professionals needing something besides the paper napkin to really facilitate that conversation. Because many times someone who's not a professional designer can't always say what they want, but they can certainly tell you what they don't want.
Yes.
So HomeStyler is really geared towards helping them just get something quick up there to really help them and make it really easy for them to play around with and experiment with different design scenarios, select a variety of different products, be more confident in the products that they're choosing, and really just be more confident in the choices that they're making.
Are you getting some reaction from architects or designers saying, you know what, a little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing? That's Cindy over there now. She thinks she's the architect of the thing. You know what I mean?
And there's certainly a lot of that. I've had a number of interior designers in particular that have told me, hey, we can't have all homeowners doing this. But at the same time, when we do have that same conversation, they do acknowledge that they also want to get people, their clients, engaged in the design process. And if you can give them the medium to do so and to really voice their needs, it actually helps accelerate that initial conceptual design process. So it's really, HomeStyler certainly doesn't do anything to replace a professional designer, because many projects where you're not simply moving your furniture require someone that has the eye for color and style. And so it certainly can help them in that process.
And it's easy to use, right?
That's
it's basically software for dummies, which is what we want.
Yeah, and that's the fundamental area that we were really targeting. Is it has to be really easy to use, and that starts with it's not even a software download. You just have to point your web browser to homestyler.com and just get started. It's that easy.
All right, when we come back, we're going to discover more about how this process works. You're going to kind of walk us through it and see how we can design our kitchen, our bedroom, or whatever by literally just dragging and dropping these pieces of furniture and elements to the space, right?
Sounds like a lot of fun to me.
All right, maybe you have a question, you can call on in at 888-KFWB-980. I'm Cindy Dole. This is Home Wizards. Don't you go away. We're just getting started.